During the summer, I recite some of my cowboy poetry and sing a few cowboy songs in North Dakota and Minnesota. And in the winter, Joanne and I come to Sierra Vista, Arizona, to the Bar X, and we live here in Cochise County. And I do some cowboy poetry and music, a lot of it at the same gatherings as my pal Ernie Bueller, who does real classic cowboy poetry with noble emotion, done by people like Cascadden and Bud Strom. And he throws in a few kind of light-hearted comic things done by Dolan Ellis and a fellow by the name of Pat Richardson, who we met a couple of years ago at the Cochise Cowboy Poetry and Musical Gathering where we always perform. And Pat is really funny. He's probably the funniest poet that I've heard consistently. He's got a brother by the name of Jess Howard who also lives in North Dakota, and some of the same stuff comes out of both of their performances. I don't know who writes it, but it's very good, and they write a couple of poems about each other, which are funny. And one of the things that Pat does is he makes fun of his brother Jess's home in North Dakota. And he's got some comical poems about North Dakota. And so I thought, gee, I told him, I think I'll write a poem about you doing North Dakota poems, and he kind of laughed. And so I did this one called Pat Richardson's North Dakota Poems. I sent it. He said he really enjoyed it, and so I thought I'd put it on here. It's a little irreverent, but what the heck. It's Pat. Pat was telling North Dakota poems in Big Nose Kate's saloon. The couple sitting next to me was on their honeymoon. It must have been their third or fourth, because they was old and gray. She said she was offended by what Patrick had to say. I'd heard they were from Bismarck and she was a prison guard. She said Pat was a donkey in an oafish tub of lard. She said, ain't no nitwit North Dakota, although there is a Zap, and all that stuff about our fair state is just a bunch of crap. I've seen Miss North Dakota. She don't weigh 400 pounds, even if the farm and ranch banquets have made her kind of round. We always get the rain we need. Our crops, they never fail. Our bankers all are honest, except the ones we put in jail. We never freeze our butts off going outside in July. Our governor is not a smelly, funny-looking guy. Our entire population will not let these insults pass. So, all 9 of us are going to up and kick old Patrick's ass. Well, it's fall again, and my friend John DeHaan called and says, gee, we're glad to see you back in town. And we're going to have another big party for all our friends, and we'd like you to come, and we'd like you to bring a new song called Welcome Snowbirds, because the snowbirds are back. So I thought about it, and okay, we'll just make kind of a sequel to the Goodbye Snowbirds that we did last spring. So here is Welcome Snowbirds. It's fall and we can see the clues, Stetson shorts and tennis shoes. Hello, snowbirds. We know it's November 4th by the license plates from way up north. Welcome, snowbirds. We know there's lots of snow in Minnesota. You can't even get to North Dakota. The Badgers and the Wolverines and the Hawkeyes start to make the scene. Welcome again. You split an early bird in the afternoon, 1 plate, 2 forks, 1 knife, 1 spoon. You'll be snowbirds. It don't take long to have your fun. At 9 o'clock your evening's done. That's us, snowbirds. We know you love to shop for bargains, honey, even though you sure got lots of money. You don't have to fill our town, just collect your dough and mail it down. Just kidding, you know. You become our closest friends, we'll miss you when you're gone again. You're our snowbirds. Anyway, you're welcome, friends. Glad to have you back again. Snowbirds, hello.